The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know why you're even here, but that's not my problem. How are you? Good to be with you. I do this once a week. I come into the studio and do this, whatever this is. I do this 5 days a week on that internet thing, internet radio, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, the jewelry company one, Apple Podcasts, whatever, the whole Stitcher, SoundCloud, SoundSound, all those things. And then we're on syndicated radio stations across the country, about 5 of those suckers. So that's what I do. This is my 32nd year of that. So, fine. What do you want? What do you want? The syndicated radio thing. The other stuff, the podcast stuff, is fairly new. Okay, so what do you want? What is your point? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to interview somebody, who arranges flowers? Do you want me to interview somebody who has a business in your area so you can get to know them or they can get free advertising? What do you want? What do you want? Do you want me to interview like local celebrities that nobody knows just yet and probably never will? Or do you want me to talk about real estate, attorney stuff? What do you want me to do? I can do all that stuff. I have a degree in nothing actually. Well, in sociology I do, but which kind of like gets into everything. I met somebody a few weeks ago who had a philosophy degree, and I felt like saying, and what's that career path like? Where are you working that you have a philosophy degree? I don't understand how that comes into play professionally. The only thing that's good is that someone can say, oh, do you have a degree in philosophy? Oh. Is that like a liberal arts degree or something? I don't even know. I don't even know what you do in the philosophy. I think you end up working at Burger King. Burger King is not doing well. They're closing a lot of their places. They're losing the war, just like Walgreens is losing the war. Yeah. That's not why I'm here, though. I read recently that the Massachusetts legislature, I'm not into local politics because I'm just not, because I'm not. And I don't know how, if there's a Congress in the state, I don't know how that works. Excuse my stupidity, but can't be smart in every category. But the Massachusetts Senate, or I don't know what they call it. I don't know what I'm talking about. They passed almost unanimously a new law where starting in 2026, that's not this school year, but it's the one after that. Apparently, they're going to ban cell phones in public schools in Massachusetts. And I say, thank you. It's about time you did that. Now, I guess it depends on the various school districts as to what their particular cell phone restrictions may be. You can have one, but you can't use it for this. You can't have one. You can't have it showing. I don't know. I don't know if it varies or what, but I love the fact that the state decided, look, just cut the crap. Cell phones are not meant for educational purposes. And I'll tell you something, because I'm a little bit older than 22 now. I did not have a cell phone in school when I was growing up because they didn't have cell phones. We weren't allowed to take corded phones into the classroom because the cord would be too long. So you couldn't even do that. But you know what? We got along just fine. And the concentration was more directed in the classroom than it was to the cell phone. I don't understand how cell phones were even allowed in a classroom, what purpose they would play. It is basically an implement of distraction. And you might say, no, Ron, it does a lot of things. You can make telephone calls on it. On a cell phone, seriously, no, you can't. You can make phone calls. You can look things up. You can keep in contact with your family. Like that's what you would do if you had a cell phone. Why? What's going to happen? If you have to use the phone, there's an emergency, they have one in the office. Or maybe they can have a cell phone emergency phone and you take an axe and you break the glass and you can take the phone out and use it. I don't know. But to stop with the stupid cell phones in the classroom, that's stupid. Because what do people do with cell phones? They use them for distractions. Social media is big. Kids love social media. What's to stop them from using it while they're in the classroom? Well, Ron, in many classrooms, you can't take out your phone. Come on. This is my, oh, come on, for those of the hard of hearing. Okay, now you all know how I feel about that. But thank you, state legislature, and I guess it has to pass another phase of their little bureaucracy. But if one side was so unanimous, then it's probably good. I wish they would start that in 2025, but I guess that's a little too soon. So they're going to start in 2026. So if you're still alive, then that'll be wonderful. Kids, it's time to wean yourself off of the drug called cell phones. And it is a drug, and I know it's a drug. We even adults and seniors have cell phones, and that's a drug to them too. It's awful. I'll tell you a funny story, and it's not so funny. That's why I'm here, to say not so funny things. In an attempt to say funny things and not say funny things, that's what I do. I wanted to walk my dog. Love my dog. Love my dog like there is no love on the planet like my love for my dog. It may sound a little strange, but it is the case. I walk her 3 times a day. I pay attention to her. She returns her love to me. She sits in my lap. Who does that? When you're sitting down in a chair or on a sofa or couch, whatever you call those things, does your spouse or anybody living in the house just all of a sudden go over and sit in your lap? No. First of all, I don't want them in my lap. It would give me some type of a horrible groin pull. But dogs, different. I have a smaller dog, and she just loves to jump up in my lap. She loves to be walked. So she gives me the attention, I give her the attention, and that's a relationship. And for the hard of hearing, when I do this, I'm serious about something. Okay. So I went to walk her about half a block from my house, and all of a sudden I'm going like this. I'm frisking myself. I realize I don't have my cell phone on me. Oh my God. That is, it's horrible. And I had to make a decision. Should I turn back and get my cell phone, which would be stupid and embarrassing, or should I just continue like in the Wild West when they didn't have cell phones? No, they didn't have kids, Generation W. They didn't have cell phones in the Wild West. They didn't. They walked the corral and the main streets of the West without cell phones. When they went like this, they were searching for guns, not for their cell phone. And they still survived. Actually, they didn't. They got shot all the time, so maybe they didn't survive. But that's not the point. So did I turn around and get my cell phone? No. But that walk back to my house without the cell phone was, I must say, a bit anxious. And that's when I realized this is like crack. I'm anxious because I don't have my cell phone on me. There's nobody I wanted to call. There's nobody I wanted to contact. There's no reason why anybody would call me in an emergency when I'm out of my house for 10 minutes. It so much doesn't matter. But psychologically, I felt empty. I'll give you an example. It's like going somewhere without that water bottle with you, that water thermos thing that everybody carries it's like not having that. Oh my God, where's my water? I'm gonna die. I don't have my water. It's like that. Or it's like working in an office and it's 9 o'clock in the morning and you forgot your coffee. Oh my God, I don't have my coffee. It's like withdrawal. It's awful, but it's true. And as much as I might feel that at my ripe age of 27, I can imagine that this present generation, when they don't have their cell phones, it's like walking around without a kidney or a liver. It's awful. So I get it. But kids, it's time to wean yourself off of this stuff. It's damaging. You don't really need it. You don't. You can replace the cell phone with other things like crack or cocaine. You don't need the cell phones. I'm being sarcastic. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, end of that subject. Now we move on. We're 12 minutes into the show. Let's not spend the whole time talking about cell phones. But congratulations, Board of Education, and I was. No more cell phones in school starting in the 2026 to 2027 school year. Thank you very much. Not that I care. I don't have children in school anymore, but so I don't care. Okay. I care for society. I think society is like all screwed up. Between artificial intelligence and social media and technology that we can't control because we don't know what to do with it, that's, have a nice life. Enjoy. Anyway, I went to a department store. I won't say which one it was because this could get a little tenuous. And usually I kid around and you figure out what department store I'm talking about. There aren't that many department stores left, okay? So you can probably figure this out. So I went in there, and they sell clothing. And they have dressing rooms where you can try the clothing on. So I'm looking for pants. Everybody's got to have pants. Women have to have pants. Men have to have pants. We all need pants. It's a staple. You got pants and you got toilet paper. Those two things, you got to have them. So I'm looking at pants, and I like the skinny jeans, the skinny pants, because I have skinny legs, and I figure it's the one quality that I do possess. So why not show them off? So I got the skinny pants on, and they had a mirror there, and the mirror. I went to the mirror with the skinny pants on, and I looked freaking good. I looked good. And it wasn't just the pants that I was trying on that I was looking at. I looked at the whole body and even the face. I looked damn good. And I thought, well, Ron, you're hitting it today. I don't know why I changed my accent when I did that. And it was pretty cool. So I bought the pants, quite obviously. These are miracle pants to make me look like good head to toe. Then I got home and I put the pants on and I looked in the mirror and the pants didn't look right. And I figured, why? How is this possible? Where in the store, I looked so good. When I got home, put the same pants on, I look like crap. What's going on? It must be the mirror. Look, I'm pointing again, those of hard of hearing. I'm pointing. I just said something I thought was pretty important. It must be the mirror. Are there such things in department stores, clothing stores, as skinny mirrors? Are there? I was so tempted to Google that, but I didn't because I don't Google anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of asking a computer what I don't know. I think it's degrading, and I'm feeding into this AI crap. So, I don't know. I assume that there are such things as skinny mirrors, and that department stores buy these things, and they make you look good. And they make you buy the thing, and then when you get home, it's like, not so much. But you don't return the pants. You're too lazy, because everybody's too lazy now. That's what Amazon hopes. You'll buy everything that they have, but you'll be too lazy to return it. Although they make it very convenient to return the stuff, they're banking on you being like, what the hell? I'll just keep it. They're hoping for that. So where can I get a skinny mirror? After the show's over, don't do it now. Google skinny mirrors, and it might be a thing, it might not. I don't even know. I'm just bringing the subject up, and I think it's interesting. Is it a little shady, a little dishonest? Sure it is. It should say on the top of the skinny mirror in the department stores and the clothing stores, objects that you're wearing may appear different in real life, or something like that. A disclaimer. A disclaimer. Skinny mirrors, man. I have almost 100,000 miles on my car. I'm divulging personal information about myself. I love the car. The car works great. We fall in love with our cars because, for the most part, because we spend so much time in them. It's a place of solitude. It's the fortress of solitude is our cars, especially when we're alone in the car, actually. That's the amazing part. It's like a soundproof booth, and you can play music, and the sounds are perfect because you're in it's like wearing headphones, but you're not. You're just in an enclosed area with perfect cushioning, and that car is like an extension of you. You move your hands, and the car goes where and as fast as you wish it to go, and you love your car. Some people even talk to their car. I've seen people pet their dashboards like the car is a living, breathing thing. Yeah, so I get it, and I love my car, but it's getting old. Let's face it. I've got all the warranties that they make, so I'm really good. But can I afford a new car? Who can do that? Car prices go up every single minute. It's like lobsters. What's the price today on cars? It's going up and up and up. So what do? Well, then you look for the used certified cars. But then I'm thinking, used cars? Used cars? That's like buying somebody else's underwear that they've worn. Because what do you do in a car? You sit in the driver's seat. And whoever owned that car or was driving that car for maybe 6 years or 5 years or whatever, sat it with their grimy little butts in that seat every day. Probably passing gas or worse. It's got ass marks on it. And that's what a used car is. Forget the car. You're buying the driver's seat. Ew. What if the person's like picked their nose and, under the, oh my God, no. Check, by the way, if you ever buy a used car, check under the seat. I don't think they clean it under there, and that's where the things are. But buying a used car is like buying somebody else's pants. Did you ever think of it that way? It's kind of weird. And I know that they do things called detailing. I don't know. I mean, yeah, fine, wonderful. They clean everything inside out as if nobody were ever there. But they were. Maybe they abused the car. Maybe there was car abuse involved. I don't know what happened in there. Don't even go there in the back seat. Oh, the back seat. What was that like? What was that like? What was happening back there? I'm not getting into that, but what was going on back there? That's where you put your kids in the car seats. Ew. Used car, like wearing somebody else's pants. I don't know, but that's all most people can afford these days. somebody else's stuff. It's odd. We all want that new car smell. Even if they detail the car, you don't get that new. You get the smell of what the chemical was that they used to detail the car. It's not the new car smell. And I know that they actually sell fragrances that say new car smell. No, sorry, you haven't duplicated that to my satisfaction. It's not a new. It's a car smell that's just trying to duplicate a new car smell. It's not happening. It's not working. What I love most about buying a car is nothing. You know, the used car salespeople have very bad reputations. You read about them being dishonest and, you know, trying to get you to buy the car no matter what, you know. And for the most part, it's true, but it's not true completely. I had a friend, and I use that phrase frequently. I had a friend. It comes up a lot. I used to say, I have a friend who, and then now, you know, no, I don't do that anymore to any great extent. I had a friend. It's funny. Funny to me, not to you. I had a friend who was a used car salesman. And he was a used car salesman personality, the typical stuff. Everything he said was exaggerated, out of line, very, I wouldn't say dishonest, just not honest. So yeah, he fit the bill. I like to if I'm looking for a car, I like to play games with them, because if they're going to play games with me, then I feel like, hey, let's play. So they make an offer, and I counter the offer and say, no, that's too much. And then they say, well, let me go speak to my manager. And then they go behind a screen and they stand there for 3 minutes and have some coffee and make believe they're talking to somebody. And then they come out and say, well, I just talked to my manager. Say, oh, where is your manager behind the screen? Is that what he is? She is, whatever. And we're going to do this. We're going to, were you ever in the military? No. Were you ever a teacher? No. We have a lot of discounts. Are you a human being? Yes, I am that. We have a discount. So we're going to take this on, and here's the price. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm going to go fishing around. That price is just a little too high for me. And then you get up from the little chair that they have you in, and you start walking out the door. And before you get to the door, inevitably, you hear this voice in the far distance. Oh, now, wait a minute. And this is how I knew that I was being swindled and played with. This salesperson says to me, you know, I feel like I have a lot in common with you. You're a good person. I understand your circumstance. I don't do this often, but I really want to help you out, because I think, you know, if we weren't two guys, we could probably have sex right now. Or maybe we could anyway. But anything to sell a car, right? So it says, I'm going to offer you this. And then I looked in his face and I said, you know, I need you to like me even more than that. And I walked out, and he ran out of stuff. He just ran out of stuff. He ran out of stuff. I was impossible to deal with. And I like that feeling. I just like it, because it puts them in their place. But that's their job, and they're there to make money. And on the other hand, I feel bad for them, or in a way, because that's their job. That's the job they have. That's how they feed their children, and they're hustling. They're hustling and bustling. And in every profession, they hustle. They hustle. Because if you don't, they call it marketing. I call it hustle. If they don't do that, it may not go through. And they're taught. If this person says this, then you come back with this. And if they come back with that, you come back with this. It's a manual. It's a whole manual. So I get it. When I get these telemarketing calls, I hate the telemarketing call. They've gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And when you complain to the authorities, all they say is, well, you know, it's impossible to catch them. They're not even in this country, and we can't trace them. then how do you allow it to happen? Why are you giving out phone numbers to everybody who asks for it? Start like checking out their background before you give them a phone number. You irregulated people. You know, I don't like regulation, but it's necessary, and it's obvious when it's necessary. And this is obvious. When I get one of those spam calls, telemarketing calls, and I can always tell which ones they are because the person calling me can't speak English, A. B, there's like 1,000 people behind them in the telemarketing center, and you can hardly hear them. And C, they sound like they're reading off of a script, yet are extremely friendly. It's so freaking obvious. They're not even good at it, really. And I always say, hello. And if it sounds like a telemarketer, I say, this call is being recorded. And then there's a pause, and they don't know what to say. And then they'll usually hang up. That's all you got to do. Say, this call is being recorded. And legally, as long as you state that where they can hear you, you're good. You're good legally. Better if they say, oh, okay, but they're never going to say that. But it probably ends the phone call, and that's probably good. And it gives them a little bit of a kick in the ass, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there are things you can do to have fun. There are things you can do to have fun. I went to a local supermarket recently. I think it was like 7 years ago. No, I go frequently because I love food. Supermarkets to me are edible Disneylands. They are. It's like everything's in front of you. It's a fantasy land of wonderful food, and I can eat all of it. So it's fun for me at my age, and I love to cook, so it's wonderful. So I go to the checkout lane, and this young lady behind the cashier, I think they call her, she's scanning, and she puts the item in a bag and gives me the bag and says to me, this is what she says, have a good one. And I don't know what that means. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good time, have a good dinner with the food that you bought. Have if you get an ice cream cone at one of those dairy stands, have a good one of those ice cream cones, not a bad one, have a good flavor. Have a good what? Have a good marriage. Have a good marriage. Have a good marriage. Have a good drive home. Have a good what? Have a good one. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't know what to say when they say, I guess I could say you too, but I can't say you too because I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't make any sense. Have a good one. Be more specific when you're going to compliment somebody. Like, you're a wonderful person and thank you for shopping here. I can accept that. I can accept that. Have a good one. Where do I go with that? What are you talking about? Have a good one. Have a good what? You'll figure it out, sir. Just take your little bag with the food and get the hell out of my store. But have a good one. All right. I'm out of time for today. I'll be back next week with another episode if you feel like watching and I feel like doing it. But until that time arrives, I wish you peace.